The very first MLB draft pick of the Mike Elias era is heading to his third All-Star game. Adley Rutschman is back at the Midsummer Classic this year on a path that many thought was likely after he was the 1-1 in 2019. 41 picks later, Gunnar Henderson joined him as a Baltimore selection, forming one of the best 1-2 punches in a draft in recent history. Those two are the headliners in a really impressive group of homegrown talent in Baltimore. And with the number 7 overall pick in Saturday's draft, the O's have a chance to add even more firepower. But just how good have the Orioles been at drafting and developing homegrown talent since 2019? Before we dive into the numbers, let's say this. There's a few different ways to evaluate draft success. Basically, we can break it down into 2 categories. How many players have you drafted that have debuted, and how are those players performing at the big league level? But even then, that can be divided further based on circumstance. Did you trade draft assets early on for established big league talent? Did you develop them yourself? How often did you have the chance to draft a blue chip player? For this exercise in particular, let's say this. If an organization drafted and successfully signed a player, they get credit for that player making their major league debut, regardless of what organization they debuted for. It's a point for identifying the talent in the first place, even if you later traded them away. The player's production once they reach the majors is measured by Baseball Reference WAR, which in this case will only count if it's for the organization that drafted them. Basically, how productive have the guys that you've drafted been for your team? All right, enough of the rules, pre-qualifiers. Here are the numbers as of July 2nd. Dating back to 2019, that's the 7 draft classes since Mike Elias and company took the reins, the Orioles have gotten the most production out of the players they've drafted in baseball. The WAR produced solely by Baltimore's 2019 draft class would rank 5th on this list. It's the most of any team's draft class over this span. And look how they stack up against the AL East, more than doubling the Yankees in second. Baltimore has drafted 18 players that have debuted for either them or another organization in that stretch. That's right around middle of the pack in baseball, tied with the Dodgers, Padres, Rays, Reds, and Yankees. But they've gotten the most production in baseball among the guys that have stayed with the team. And here's some specifics on those numbers again as of July 2nd. Henderson's 22.7 BWAR with the Orioles is the second highest for any homegrown player since 2019. Adley Rutschman's 16.4 is 5th best. Despite going 30th overall in 2020 and unfortunately missing some time that would have boosted these numbers, Jordan Westburg still has the 6th best BWAR among homegrown talent in that draft. Colton Cowser's 4.2 BWAR is significantly higher than any other top 10 pick in the 2021 draft, homegrown or otherwise. Sal Frelick is the only player with a higher BWAR in the top 20. And finally, moving one more draft, Jackson Holliday is one of only 2 top 5 picks from 2022 to debut. The other is Kumar Rocker, who entered pro ball during his age 23 season. Holliday's got about 250 big league games under his belt now, and he's still 22. And of course, there is more to team success than just building through the MLB draft. You've got to hit on the trade market and free agency. You want to be firing on all cylinders, of course. But the draft operation built here in the warehouse in 2019 has been one of the best in baseball over the past 7 seasons. And they're not just doing it with top 5 picks. Remember, Henderson was a 2nd rounder. Westy went 30th. Heck, they don't even get credit here for Brandon Young, who's having a spectacular season. He went undrafted. And with Baltimore's track record of success, that number 7 might just become another homegrown talent making a splash in the big leagues.